Yes,
Okay,
you're audible.
good evening. So my name is Samir. So I'll be your faculty for this Azure Data Factory. Okay. So guys, when it comes to this my profile, I have around 10 plus years of experience in IT. When it comes to this, that is the Azure experience, or you can say the cloud experience. This is my third year in the cloud technology where I'm supporting of. That's it, guys, about my profile. So, so let's start with the uh, thing here. Okay, guys. So, and if you have any doubts and these things after the session, we will discuss it, guys. Okay. After the once the session, let me complete the session. Then the last 10 minutes and all, we'll just discuss all the doubts you have it. Okay. So meanwhile, just try to interact. So when we, I want the sessions to be a bit interactive rather than talking me one. Okay, that is me talking. Okay. So guys, that's it. Thank you, everyone. So let's start here. So like now, guys, let us start. What is Azure data engineering? First of all, let us see what is Azure data engineering. Okay, guys. So let us see first of all what is Azure data engineering. So guys, Azure before we go ahead now, let us discuss first of all what is Azure. So guys, Azure is nothing but it is the name given by it is the name given for marketing the cloud products. Marketing the cloud products, it is the name given for marketing the cloud products. It is the name given for marketing the cloud products for by the Microsoft. By what is that? Microsoft. Well, Microsoft is marketing. In other words, we can say that, guys, in other words, we can say that the cloud, that is something, but the Azure is the name used by the Microsoft to market their cloud products. Okay, or we can say cloud services. So here you have a Azure, and as you know, what is Azure? Data means what, guys? Information. Okay, information. That is nothing but Azure data. We have already discussed what is Azure. Azure is the name given by the Microsoft to market their cloud products or cloud services. Data is nothing but information. And what do you mean by engineering? Engineering is nothing but application on, that is nothing but the techniques on, that is nothing but application here, applying the engineering on the data, such as we call it as what? Data summarization, data summarization, and we have the data visualization. Okay, guys, visualization, and okay, then we have the data reporting. Okay, then we have what is that? Even we can say the machine learning, or I'll write it down shortcut: machine learning and application of all artificial intelligence. All this is nothing but clubbed under one roof, clubbed under one roof by the Azure data engineering, by the Azure data engineering. That means all these are the various, that is nothing but we can say the techniques we apply on the data. So all these are clubbed under one roof by using the name called Azure data engineering. Okay, guys. So now, and to achieve this particular, all these tasks, what is data summarization, data visualization, data reporting, application of, the machine learning techniques, and applying of the artificial intelligence on the data, all this for this particular thing, we have the services provided by the Azure data engineering. So those services are as follows, which I'm just typing it here, guys. Everyone, just concentrate here. So we have the service called ADF, which we call it as the Azure Data Factory, and then we have what is it, guys? The ADB, which is called as the Azure Data Bricks. Okay, and then we have what is that? Azure Synapse. I'm writing the shortcut here, just A. It means Synapse. Azure Synapse. Then we have, okay, we have the Azure Artificial Intelligence, AI. Okay, so we call it as AAI. And then we have the Azure Machine Learning, ML. So all these are the various services. Guys, here we use the word called services. Make sure we use the word called, what is it, guys? Services. These are not the products, or we going to call it as the products here. These are not the softwares or the products. These are called as what, guys? Services. So we can say that these are the services. These are the services provided. That is a cloud services. These are the cloud services provided by the Microsoft with a name called Azure. So these are the various services we have it. Okay, guys. So now, so let us see first of all, as we have gathered here to discuss what is an ADF, that we call it as what? Azure Data Factory. Let us say first of all, or let us discuss first of all, what is an Azure Data Factory. Okay, guys. So let's discuss here. Azure ADF stands for what? Azure Data Factory. It stands for the Azure Data Factory. So when it comes to this Azure Data Factory, guys, the ADF, which we call it as what? ADF, that is nothing but Azure Data Factory. So what is Azure Data Factory is? So we can say that Azure Data Factory, all of you just concentrate here. Azure Data Factory is a service. Azure Data Factory is a service which is provided by what? Microsoft. Azure Data Factory is a service provided by Microsoft. Azure Data Factory is a service provided by Microsoft to perform the job of data summarization, or we can say to perform the job of ETL. So what do you mean by ETL, guys? To perform the job of ETL. Now let us see what exactly the ETL is. So guys, when it comes to, we discuss about the ETL. So basically the ETL is nothing but it stands for, guys, the ETL stands for, what is it? Extraction. ETL stands for what, guys? Extraction. ETL stands for what? Extraction. Then T stands for what? Transformation. And L stands for the loading. That's it, guys. So extraction, transformation, and loading. So ETL stands for what, guys? Extraction, transformation, and loading. And this extraction, transformation, and loading is a technique, or we can say it's a technique which is used to perform the data summarization. It is used to perform the data summarization, extraction, transformation, and loading. This is a technique which is used to perform the data summarization. Whereas apart from this, nowadays even we are using the technique called ELT, which stands for what? Same, extraction. Then we have L stands for loading. Then we have the transformation. That is called as what? Extraction, loading, transformation. So the ADF is supported for both ETL as well as the ELT. ETL and as well as what is that? ELT. So now, guys, so I think many of you might be, experienced or already working in some corporates, and whereas some of you might be, new to the industry. So whereas for all of us, let us try to, first of all, before we go ahead, what is ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading? What is an Azure Data Factory? Yes, guys, what is an Azure Data Factory, and what is this Azure Data Engineering is? As we know that this is nothing basically a cloud service. So what is, first of all, let us try to understand two things here. What is that? First of all, let us try to discuss what is a cloud and what is on-premises. What is a clouds and what is on-premises? Let us try to see the difference between these two. Then automatically we can, you'll find that, that is nothing but you'll find the solution for all the things. That means if you know the concept, the funda is that if you know the concept, what exactly it is used, then automatically the rest of the things will automatically, you will understand why we use all these things. Okay. So before we discuss, guys, what is Azure Data Factory and what is, yes, this is the first session. Guys, if you have any query, just don't type it, because you can ask me directly, no issues. Okay. Because I'm just going ahead, so I cannot respond your chats. Okay, so please, you can talk, no issues. So guys, what is clouds and what is on-premises? So let us discuss this. So what, guys, before we discuss what is a cloud and what is an on-premises session or what is an on-premises environment, let us try to discuss a small example. Okay, guys. So now, guys, all of us are using mobile phones. Am I right? Every one of us is using the mobile phone or not? Yes, guys, I want a reply.
Yes, yeah, all of
Yes.
Yes, we all use the mobile phones. So now, guys, okay. So, guys, all of us are using the mobile phones. Now, that too, we are using the smartphones, isn't it? That too, we are using the smartphones. Am I right? So now, guys, when it comes to the smartphone, tell me now, when we have a mobile phone, how many type of memories you will have in mobile phone? Can you tell me, guys? Somebody, all of you. Yes, guys. You don't use the mobile phone or what? I want an answer, guys. Everyone.
One, it is internal memory.
Yeah, one is nothing but the internal memory, which we also call it as what? Inbuilt memory. Can we say, suppose we have a mobile phone, the mobile phone, I'm writing mobile, okay, mobile phone, or we can say cell phone, whatever it may be. It has two memories. What is it? When you buy a mobile phone, you will get inbuilt memory. If you're buying a normal phone, you will get 16 GB. If you're going for an some iPhone, something like that with specific memory, you will get 64 GB memory, 32 GB memory, and 128 GB, whatever it may be, the memories. So this is called as inbuilt memory. Am I right or not? Now, guys, my question is for all of you. Suppose everyone just concentrate here. Mobile phone, we have an inbuilt memory. Now, the thing is that you bought a mobile phone now with a 16 GB inbuilt memory. Now your inbuilt memory is full. Your inbuilt memory is full now, 16 GB, and you have a more requirement. You have a more requirement, all of you guys. You have a more requirement of some 50 GB because your videos, photos, okay, etc. Something is very huge. So you want to store that. So now tell me, what is the way you adopt it to store that? Are you going to delete the rest of the 50 GB data, or you are going to adopt some alternative to save this 50 GB data? Tell me now, guys, please.
That's the alternative.
You'll check. Obviously, we will check for some alternative because we wanted to save the data. Am I right? I want to save that all. So now tell me, what is that alternative you choose it? Now tell me.
Memory card.
Yes, very good. So guys, we go for a SD card. We go for an SD card. So we can just say that we go for an SD card and save this memory into an SD card. Now, guys, you got a SD card, that is SD card, you got it, but this SD card has a memory of 64 GB. Now, you have stored it. Later, after a period of time, now you realize that again you require 50 more GB data need to be stored. Now, what is the alternative you have it? Can you tell me?
Drive options.
Drive, very good. So what we do? Okay. So now, guys, drive options. We go for what is it? Drive options. So we can say that we can go for a drive. So generally, commonly, if you are using a normal Android phone, what is the drive we are going to use, guys?
Google Drive.
Google Drive. Very good. So we are going to use the Google Drive. Everyone knows. Okay, we are going to use the Google Drive. Whereas we can store the data into the Google Drive up to how much GB? Yes, guys? 15 GB. We can store up to what's it? 15 GB. But whereas still my problem is not solved here, because after this, this one, I have more 50 GB data. Further, I have more 50 GB data. Further, I have more 50 GB data, out of which now 36 GB data need to be stored again. That means I have this 64 GB now. I have stored the 15 GB here. That is 50 GB from this one. And now again more 50 GB data is there. So out of this 50 GB data, that is nothing but some data is already stored into the same scan disk. Now I'm left out with more 36 GB data to be stored. So for that, we are going to buy the Google Drive. We are going to buy the Google Drive, and we can store the data here. Now, guys, as the Google Drive is provided with what is that? The Google Drive is provided with some default storage of 15 GB. What about 15 GB? That means 36 minus 15. What is the left out data? You will have to tell me now, guys. 36 minus 15 GB. So how much more data you will be left out again to store? Yes, guys, around we can say something around 21 GB like that. Still, you need to save it. So what you will do? You don't have any other option. So you have to buy the memory here. Am I right? So you can go and ask the Google to increase your storage from this 15 GB to some 100 GB, etc., etc., to store the data. So now, guys, you can store. You have bought all this 100 GB. So whereas 15 GB is free of cost, whereas if you want more 100 GB, you need to pay the cost for this 100 GB and buy the space. Am I right or not? Now you bought it. You bought this also. Everything is safe. Now, guys, your mobile is running fine. Everything is going fine. One fine day, you lost your mobile phone. Let us say, for example, okay, one fine day you lost your mobile phone. So now, guys, the question is that when you buy a new, when you lost your mobile phone, so what is the alternative you have it now? So once lost means almost all it is lost. You cannot recover it back unless until it is into some, safe hands. That's it. Lost. Now, guys, you will have to go and purchase a new mobile phone. Now tell me, if you buy a new handset, so how much GB of data or what is the amount of data you can recover it back? Can you tell me?
Only 50 GB data.
Only from Google Drive.
Yes, only the data which you saved into the Google Drive can be restored back to your mobile phone. Whereas what about the SD card data you have saved, or what about the the inbuilt data you have stored it in your previous mobile phone? You cannot recover it. That gone means gone forever. Am I right or not, everyone? Yes, guys. Yes, that is the thing. So here we can say that. So here we have two type of memories. What is that? The mobile phone inbuilt memory and SD memory. And the second type of memory is what is it? Google Drive memory. So we can say that the data which we store into the Google Drive can be retrieved back at any point of time you require using any device. If not device, if not device, you can access using the PC. You can also irrespective of your location. Now tell me, guys, who is responsible for your data to store it? If whenever you store the data into the Google Drive, who is responsible for your data storage? Tell me now.
Google.
Who is responsible for security of your data? Google. Ultimately, everything is taken care by Google. So now, guys, in the same way here also, the on-premises is nothing but just like your mobile phone and SD card. Just like your mobile phone and what's that? SD card. So whereas on-premises is nothing but is just like your mobile phone. So you have a mobile phone has an inbuilt memory, and you have extended that memory with some SD card, etc. Once you lost forever. So that is the thing you have it. When it comes to the cloud is just like your Google Drive. Cloud is just like your what's that? Google Drive. So in other words, not the just like it is, Google Drive is a part of cloud, you can say. Google Drive is a part of what is that? Cloud environment. It's a part of what? Cloud environment. So now here, what is that you can do? The cloud environment is provided in order to, first reason, in order to provide you the access irrespective of the location. And second, need not worry about the amount of storage. Whatever the amount of storage you have it, need not worry. Simply you need to inform the Google, make them the payment and take the drive space. That is the second. And the third reason is that security reason. So the huge amount of security is provided to your data stored in a Google Drive. So here, this is nothing but we have the cloud environment and the on-premises environment. Clear, everyone? Whereas, guys, when it comes to this, that is the clouds. So whereas this cloud is provided, the cloud environment is provided in the, that is the cloud services are provided in the form of three categories. So you go for any cloud provider. Google is one cloud provider. Microsoft Azure is one cloud provider. And the next one is we have the even the Amazon Web Services. That is the one cloud provider. All of them, they provide the services in these three categories. All the categories are divided into, classified into three. What's that? IaaS, IaaS, IaaS. And the next one is what's that? PaaS. And the third one is what? SaaS. Guys, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. What is it? IaaS? IaaS stands for infrastructure. Infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. Where, guys, what is it? PR? PR stands for what? Platform as a service. Then we have, what is it? CR. CR stands for what, guys? CR stands for what? Software as a service. So, guys, these are the three classifications of service providing, and these the three type of services, or these three type of all the cloud providers provide their services into these three categories. So whichever it may be, you want storage data, you want some storage data, that means you want to store some that is nothing but 800 TB of petabytes PIB. You want to store the 800 petabyte data. So for that, it is provided under the service called what? Infrastructure as a service, that is 800 PIB. Simply you need to inform your cloud provider, he will provide you the drive space to save that much data. PR stands for what? Platform as a service. Suppose you wanted on not on Windows, or you wanted to run your PC, or you want to run this particular environment or your data on not on Windows environment. You want some mainframes. You want from what is it? Mainframes platform, or you want mainframes, or you want on Unix platform to run this. So we go for what? Various operating system, I mean to say. So guys, we inform the cloud provider, and cloud provider is going to take care of changing your operating systems also. Software, you require some software here, specialized software. Suppose you require a Finacle software, you need not worry about this. Or suppose you require Oracle, you require some Oracle software, so you need not worry about this. So going to the Oracle Corporation, buying the license from them, all these things you don't require. The licenses, everything will be taken care. The licenses, everything will be taken care by your cloud provider under the service called what? Software as a service. Get my point? These are all the that is nothing but services categories provided by the cloud providers. And who are the cloud providers, guys? These are all following called as the cloud providers. We have the following cloud providers available in the market. The first one is, what is that? Azure. That is nothing but from Microsoft. Azure is from what? Microsoft. And then we have, what is that, guys? The next one is AWS, Amazon Web Services. This is from what? Amazon. And the third one, we have it as what? GCP, which we call it as Google Cloud Platform, which is from the Google. Then we have again, Alibaba, it's a China-based one. So again, we have, what is that? The next one is SAP has come out with their own clouds. And then we have the Oracle has come out with their own clouds, etc., etc. So these are the many cloud providers are there, but the market leaders are these three only right now. Okay, the market leaders are these three. Whereas till few days back, AWS was the market leader. And now slowly the Azure has taken up that market. Why? The Amazon Web Services is bit costlier. It is bit costlier. Okay. So comparatively with the that is nothing but Azure. So hence, people, the corporates or the service. Okay. Most of the people are, that is vendors are shifting from, they are shifting from what's that? Amazon Web Services to Azure. That is nothing but Microsoft Azure, you can say. Okay, guys, clear everyone? Yes, guys, are you able to follow my things? Please, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next one, guys, let's start here. Now, as you know, we are here to see what is an Azure Data Factory. So, guys, Azure Data Factory, basically, this is a service. This is what? A service. This is a service provided by the Microsoft to perform the job of ETL. So, what is ETL? ETL is extraction, transformation, and loading, which is used to perform the process of data summarization. Getting my point? Whereas, guys, data summarization. So, for this process of ETL, guys, everyone, for this process of ETL, we require the following. What is that? We require the following. What is that? First of all, we require the source. We require, what is that, guys? Source. and then we require what is that? Target. Source, target, and between the source and target, guys, between the source and target, we perform the job of ETL. That is nothing but ETL, or we can also say ELT, whatever it may be. Okay. So between the source and the target, we perform the job of ETL and ELT. So what do you mean by source, guys? Source is nothing but actually the source of data. What is it? It is called as what? Source of data. Source of data. Source is nothing but what? It is nothing but the source of data. It is nothing but what? The source of data. So the source of data will be picked up and ETL will be performed on the same, and ultimately it is loaded into the destination. It will be loaded into what is that? Destination. It will be loaded to destination. Destination is nothing but what? Target. Destination is nothing but what? Target. Okay. Destination is nothing but what? Target. Destination is nothing but what? Target. So now, guys, what is the source? What is this extraction? What is this transformation? What is this loading? What is this target, etc.? Let's try to understand with the help of an example, guys. Now we'll discuss an example. Now, guys, so I'm taking up a data here. Suppose you have a supermarket data is here. Some supermarket data is there. Now, guys, when you go to a supermarket, supermarket data. So when you go to a supermarket, you can find many products. Am I right or not, guys? Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
You can find many products. But are you going to buy all of them or few of it which is required by you?
Only few.
Only few which is required by us. Okay. Or only few which is required by you. Okay, that's it. So now, guys, let us say you have all this product ID. Okay, then I'm just giving you some product rate is there. Okay, product rate is there. And then we have product quantity sold. All this data is there. Okay, product quantity sold. And then we have what's the date of sales. Now, guys, this is the data you have it. So whereas the product ID, let us say, I'm discussing an example here, guys. So let us say product ID is 112, product rate is 100 rupees, and the quantity sold is what is that? 10 pieces, you can say, whatever it may be. And date of sales is, let us say, 4th of January. Yes, 4/1/2023. That's it. And the product ID is something like this. And the product rate is 200. And the quantity sold is 10. And let us say the date of sales is 04, guys. 04/01/2023. That's it. And then you have the another, that's it, product ID. And then you have the that is nothing, let us say 500. You have the 500 here. And now, guys, let us say the quantity sold is 10. And the date of sales is 04, guys. 01. Then you have 2023. That's it. Okay. This is the thing you have it, guys. Okay. Now, guys, all this is the data or information we can say on the 4th. And let us say even you have the information that is nothing but even you have the information of the products sales for yesterday also. So now simply everything is same, or let us say make some changes here. Instead of this, let us give 500 here and let us give 1000 here. That's it, guys. Okay. Only small change I'm doing it. Okay. That's it. And the date is, you can change it, yesterday's date. What was the date yesterday? 3, 3, and 3. Now this is information. Now, guys, the query is that here, why we have written all this. The management of the supermarket wanted to know, the query is that management of the supermarket wanted to know what is the difference of sales. Getting my point? All of you concentrate here. What is the difference of sales? That is nothing but, that is from yesterday. What is the difference of sales between yesterday and today? Whether the sales has increased or decreased. They wanted to evaluate. They want this evaluation report. So now, guys, the management of this supermarket wanted to know what is the difference What's the difference of sales? That is nothing but between the dates. What is the dates? Between 03/01/2023 and 04/01/2023. Whether the sales has increased or decreased, whatever it may be. Okay, they want this evaluation report. Now tell me, to get this evaluation report, guys, do we need to check here on the data? Do we require to check the data or not? To give this evaluation report, do we require to check the data or not, guys? Do we require to check the sales or not? Please tell me. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We have to check the data. Now, guys, suppose let us see this task we have to, that is this task, you received it from a person called analyst. There is a person called analyst. There is a person called analyst, and this is the requirement of the analyst. So this requirement, whatever it may be, the customer requirement, this we can say what? Customer requirement. This customer requirement is sent to the analyst, because all these, comparative studies, everything will be done by the analyst. Now, analyst requires the data to work on. Am I right or not? Who is going to provide him the data? This data is provided to the analyst. This data is provided to the analyst by the person called what? That is by the person called what? Data engineer. Who is data engineer? We all are called as data engineers. Am I right? So data engineer. So this data is provided by data engineer. So now, guys, let us see how does the data engineer performs the job. Now, to find out the same, guys, the analyst want the data in some summarized format. It is in detailed format is there, though they want the data engineer to provide them the summarized data, how to perform the job of ETL. Let us see it here. So what is the job of ETL? ETL means what, guys? Extraction, transformation, and loading. Now, guys, based on this query, you have to work. They wanted to know the sales difference between 01, that is 03/01/2023 and 4/1/2023. They want to know the sales difference. So now, guys, let us start the process of a data engineer. The data engineer, first of all, perform the job of extraction. So now, guys, when it comes to the extraction, tell me now, does the data engineer require the product ID to find out this? No, I don't think it's required, product ID, because they want the difference in sales. They don't want the product sales wise product difference or product wise difference, sales difference. They don't want. They want only the difference in sales. So it is a type of a wholesale process. So hence we don't require the product ID. But do we require the product rate here to find out the sales difference? Tell me now, guys. All of you. Yes, guys, say something.
Yes, we need product.
Yes. So we require the first, that is nothing but entity, that is called as the column, that we call it as what? Under the extraction, we pull in product rate. Now, do we require the product quantity sold? Yes, in fact, we require the product quantity sold. Yes. Do we require the date of sales?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm writing in short, DOS, that's it. Now, guys, pull in. So now, guys, the data is pulled in now. Okay, pulled in. Let us assume the data is pulled in now. Now tell me, the data is pulled in and entire data, whatever you have it, it is pulled in here. Okay, the entire data is pulled in here in as it is format. Let us say the data is pulled in here and as it is format. That's it. Now, guys, once the data is pulled in here, so we have to perform the next job. What is the next job? The next job is the transformation. So what is transformation? Transformation is the actual process where the data summarization takes place. Where the data summarization, what happens? Takes place. Now tell me, we'll perform the operation on the, that is, we perform the transformation on this particular data. Now, guys, let us make some arithmetic operations. So now, guys, as you wanted to know, what is that? Total, that is nothing but the sales difference between this date and this date. We don't want product wise, we want wholesale, that is overall sales wise. Yeah, overall sales wise we want it. So let us calculate, let us summarize this. 100 into 10 means what? Tell me now, guys, directly. 100 into 10 means what?
1000.
1000.
Very good. So 1000, directly I'm writing it. Now tell me, 200 into 10 is what?
2000.
Very good. So we have 2000. So directly write it. I'm directly writing the values here, guys. 200. Now tell me 500 into 10 is what?
5,000.
5,000. So now guys, 5,000 is here. So tell me now the grand sum, whatever you have it, 1,000 plus 2,000, 3,000, 8,000. Totally, what is the amount you have it, guys?
8,000.
8,000. So we can say it here as 8,000. Now, next, what is the, this is the, that is the 4th day of January information you have collected and made it. Now, again, the next information you have it. Tell me now, 100 into 10 is what?
1,000.
Again, 1,000. 500 into 10 is what?
5,000.
Yes, 5,000. Again, we have the 5,000. Guys, the 5,000. Tell me the next one.
Lakh.
Yes, 1,000 into 10. 10,000, no?
No.
Lakh.
Lakh. Lakh.
Sure.
1,000 into
product.
10,000.
10,000.
See, 10 quantity sold.
Yes.
If you have 1,000, so it will be 10,000, isn't it?
Yes.
Not the 1 lakh. So, okay, guys, let us make it as 10,000. So now calculate the grand sum, 16,000. This is what? 16,000. So this is called as the transformation is ready here. We have done. Ultimately what? Transformation is ready. You will perform the process of loading here. So how do you load the data? I will load in this format. As I don't have the space, I'm typing it here below, guys. I will write it like this. What is that? First one, I will write it as directly. I'll write it. Okay, what is that? That is nothing but net, guys, net sales amount. I'll write it here. What is the net sales amount? Can you tell me, guys? Net sales amounts are what? 8,000 respectively. And for the another day, we have what is it? 15,000. Sorry, 16,000. That's it. Now, guys, what is the dates you have it? Can I write like this? Date of sales. So here, write it here. Date of sales is what? This is for what? Which day? 4th
Jan.
of, very good, Jan 2023. And now this data is for which date? Tell me now. 03. Yes, 03/01/2023. Now, guys, this data is called as summarized data. This is called as what? Summarized data. This kind of data is called as what? Summarized data. So now we provide this summarized. Okay, what is that? Summarized data. We provide this summarized data to the analyst. Ultimately, the whole job is done by us only. Simply, they are going to perform the analysis on the data and generating the reports most of the time. Okay. So, anyways, we'll have some complex scenarios also. That is different issue. So, guys, this is the data we provided. Getting my point? So now the data engineer provides the data in this format. And now, guys, what this data is called as what? This is called as a detailed data. This is called as what? Technically, it is called as what? Detailed data. Detailed data. And this is called as what? Summarized data. It is called as what? Summarized data. What is it? Summarized data. That's it. So now, guys, in this process, what we have done? Extracted, transformed, and loaded the data like this. Getting my point? Whereas this job we are going to perform as an data engineer by using the technique called ETL and by using the that is nothing but service called what? Azure Data Factory. By using the service called what? Azure Data Factory. So here, guys, what we can have? Here we can have this data on on-premises. You know what is on-premises, no? Anything. Your computer, you have it now. Everyone must be having a computer and laptop. Your laptop data, if the data is stored in your laptop, that is on-premises data. If the same data you store it in your email, that is Google Drive, it will become the cloud data. So now, guys, from on-premises to you have to perform what's cloud environment. You want to save the data from the on-premises towards that cloud. You have to send the data from on-premises to cloud, or whatever the type of extraction, transformation, and loading technique you have to do. That is between the clouds or between the on-premises to cloud. We are going to use the service here called Azure Data Factory. So, guys, as a process of this, we are going to see this entire thing that is called as extraction, transformation, and loading. And also we are going to see the ELT, that is called as extraction, loading, and transformation. This is nothing but basically a specialized technique developed to perform the analysis on the data. There is a data visualization process. This technique is specially designed. That is extraction, loading, then transform as per the requirement. So we can reverse it off the same process. Okay. So that's the thing we have it, guys. So when it comes to this course here, guys, so this will be, the course you will have it, the duration of this will be 60 hours. Okay, 60 hours. And the duration will be the 60 hours. And you will have the classes from Monday to, that is Friday. Saturday, Sundays, you will not have the classes most of the times. If it is required to cover the portion, then we'll have it. And the timings will be the same. That is the 6 o'clock for the first 8 days. Then we'll be shifting off. We'll moving off to 7 o'clock, guys. We'll moving off to 7 o'clock. Then you'll have 7 to 8:15 every day with the standard time. That's it, guys. Now, if you have any doubt, please go ahead and ask.
Sir, I have a few questions.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, how was the career growth into this one Azure Data Factory, sir?
Basically, cloud is the future now.
Okay.
Wherever you go, the entire, all the business entities, they are shifting it from the on-premises environment to cloud only. Take an example of us only. Now we are preferring to store the data in Google Drive rather than storing it in mobile phone inbuilt memory. Am I right? So the future is cloud. Obviously, when it is cloud, obviously you will have a very, that is a very fantastic, good career, we can say. That's it.
So for 3 years experience, how we can expect this salary, sir?
You can expect, if it is on cloud, you can expect a very good package, more than 15 lakhs, you can expect it.
Okay. Sir, is there any coding required?
For ADF, you will not have any kind of a coding. It is totally a graphical user interface where we don't need to use any amount of coding. The amount of coding will be, you can say, if you scale it from 1 to 100, only 5% you will have, very little amount. That a very simple coding you will have it. ADF especially does not require the coding.
And I have last question, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Any qualification is required, sir? For only BTech students will learn this course?
Any graduate, any graduate can do it. Because below the graduate, they are not going to hire it. That's graduation is minimum required. That's it.
Thank you, sir, for my questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Now, next question, please.
Hi, Shamir, Durga here.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Shamir, you are saying 60 hours. It means daily 1 hour, 1.5 hour.
1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes. It will be 1.5 hours someday. Someday it will be 2 hours also.
So it is taking around 3 months, huh?
Almost 2.5 months it will take.
Yeah, there is weekends, there is no classes, right?
Yeah, mostly you will not have the classes on the weekends.
Then it is taking 3 months, yes.
Yes, obviously.
Okay, Shamir, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sir, what is the precondition for Azure account? We have to create it, or it will be provided by?
No. You have to create it by your own. It requires, now even they are accepting the debit cards. Now it is not only the credit card which provides you. You can also, the debit card is also supported now. So you can take a subscription. It is just like, going online, taking the subscription, as you just take for OTT platforms. We have Amazon Prime, etc. Just we put it something, details and all we take now. The same, you will not have any other complicated thing. Very simple. Everything will be cloud. Everything will be on the cloud. There will be no piracy is required, no software is required to install in your PC, etc. Yeah, please go ahead.
So I have tried 2 months back. So at that time only credit card was there.
Yeah, now they have upgraded very recently. You can check. Now they are accepting even the debit cards.
Okay. And regarding customization, sir, for that at least we required coding, right, in ADF, or customization is allowed, or they have a standard kind of template then that we have to follow?
Standard type of template is also there, and you can design your own thing also. Okay. See, all the job, whatever the process, the same you can do it. That's not at all an issue here. All customization, whatever you wanted. Okay. So some predefined template type of thing is also provided, that you can pick it up. And if you are not convenient with this, if you have some more requirement, you can design your own. But the level of coding will be very minimal here. Yeah.
Sir, I'm looking for 6 a.m. I mean 6 p.m.
Okay.
timing, but I think you are shifting to 7, right?
Yes, it will be shifted to 7 only.
Sameer, are you
I
provide?
mean, is there
Yeah.
any other timing? Like
No. Right
that
now
is
we
at
have
6?
no. Right now it is only right now for the 8 days we will be continuing on 6 only. Okay. So next after this we'll be shifting it to 7 o'clock because this is the thing we have it.
Sameer, are you provide assistance for resume preparation for?
Yes, of course. I'll give you some sample CVs. Okay. You can design it. If still you want some more assistance for resume planning, you can just get in touch with me. I'll be I'll be just telling you this how to make the changes and all these things. Okay.
Okay. May I know any prerequisite for this course? I think SQL server knowledge will be better.
Obviously prerequisites as such. Okay, as such prerequisites. In fact, SQL, C, everything is required. Okay, so guys, it's required. But when you talk about the prerequisites, it is mandatorily required. Without that, you cannot move. That is not the thing. But if you wanted to, have a good grip on this, even in the future, then you require some, SQL is required, obviously. That is, everywhere.
We have an Power BI also for this.
Power BI is included. Basically, it's a part of Azure only. You can go ahead, but I don't teach that Power BI.
Okay. Okay.
Here we are going to see the Azure Data Factory. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Are you going to teach Azure Databricks also?
Yes, Azure Databricks, but we have a morning batch Azure Databricks.
Sir, after completion of this course, any other course is required?
You don't require it. You don't require directly. You can put up your CV on ADF, and you can start attending the interviews. You don't require to know any other thing on this.
One last question,
please.
there is any may know the difference between Databricks and Data Factory?
Databricks and Data Factory is basically, when it comes to Data Factory, it is purely a GUI, graphical user interface, and Databricks is totally CUI, character user interface, where you require to know the languages called Scala and Spark and SQL and Python. Okay, so we require all these things in that, but here we don't require it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, hi Rohit here.
Yeah.
So my question is that you have explained currently I'm working in ADF project, okay, for a Snowflake basically, for Nestle client basically, okay. So my question here they are using ETL, extraction transformation load basically, okay.
Okay.
So I have noticed in Power BI also, whatever Power BI team is doing, they are doing ETL basically. So if we do ELT, this will increase the work of that Power BI team, correct? Because
obviously.
Correct. Directly we are loading the data only, we are not transforming, because
yes.
We correct.
Yeah, definitely.
So then my question, where we are using basically that ELT?
Basically, this ELT is used. Of course, right now they are slowly implementing it, not upgraded to this, because ETL only going on right now. ELT is very slowly being upgraded. So it is basically done to simplify the process, because what happens is the corporates right now, they want such a person who can do all things for them. One person, all solutions they want in such a way. So that's the reason this kind of technique is, basically even introduced here.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Please go ahead.
Yeah, I have total 9 years of experience. Can we tell from last 3 years we are working on ADF after this course?
Okay. Yeah, you can say that, but not before 2018 June. That means that is the latest release. You cannot say before that. You can say 2019. Afterwards, you can put up that experience if you want to put. Don't put beyond that is before that.
Okay. So for that we need both ADF and ADB. Or
if you have ADF and ADB, that is very good. If you don't have the ADV, then also it's good, no problem. You can get a job definitely. There is no such thing as there is a conception that people requires even ADB. In some projects, you require ADB also, but it's not like that. It's not like that. You should know the ADF and ADB also. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, currently I'm working for US project. Timings is 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. means very huge traffic. So do we have any morning batch?
Yeah, we are starting up, but it will take some again 8 days, 8 to 10 days time for the morning batch also.
Okay.
Still the date is not finalized for the morning batch, but we have a morning batch at 8 o'clock. You'll have it. Morning 8 a.m. Okay, that's it.
Can you explain the difference between Azure Data Factory and GCP?
GCP, basically Azure Data Factory is, the ETL service provided by the Microsoft. GCP is basically, a Google Cloud platform. Okay. Google Cloud platform, it's a product of Google, that's it. The same process, but, things obviously differs from software, that is, from product to product and service to service.
Yes.
You have it, but GCP is not in that demand, but in the coming days, might be down the line 1 year and odd, you will have Google Cloud Engineering will also be there. Google Cloud Engineering, because Azure Data Engineering, I told you, no, the Azure Data Engineering includes all these. There is nothing but under the one umbrella, all these things are much here. Whereas likewise, down the lane 1 year, and so you can also expect the Google Cloud Engineering.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Please.
Yes, I mean, one question here.
Yeah, please.
So if once it completed, like ADF is completed, that course is completed, right? Then after that, you are applying for which? Azure Data Engineer post, where it requires positions, where it requires multiple things in a job responsibility, JD. So
obviously Azure Data Engineer, that is, which includes many more responsibilities to it. It's not a very simple job, we can say in one or two words. Okay, so the Azure Data Engineer with all the things, and whereas we basically call it data engineers. Data engineer means what? Working on the data.
Okay.
How to perform the various technique on the data. Yeah.
Okay. So once ADF is done, then we apply for only data engineer, not the complete Azure data. Okay. Thank you.
No, not the complete Azure Data Engineering. Azure Data Engineering is combination of all I told you, no? Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Synapse, all these things.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
So once completed the course, which certification we can do?
DP 203.
Okay.
Microsoft certification. You can have it, okay? So with this, whatever we are doing it, the course contents, you can crack it directly. You do not require any other kind of, support for this. In that way, we are going to see all the scenarios on the device. Okay. You will have complex to complex and simplified to simplified scenarios. We'll be discussing it. Yeah.
Sir, what is the complete roadmap for an Azure data engineer? So what kind of tools we require? What are the prereqs to be a complete Azure data engineer?
A data engineer, if you are talking about the complete data Azure data engineer, you should be having a good knowledge and good grip on the ETL. That is, we call it as a data summarization. You should have a very, that is nothing but that is, you should be more onto this, designing the algorithms using the machine learnings. Okay. And all these things should be good at that part, as well as, application of the techniques of artificial intelligence on the data, how to, that is nothing but, all type of, techniques we just to simplify the things. End-to-end solution, you can say, at Azure data engineering, complete Azure data engineering means. From the, from the part of extraction till the part of reporting.
Okay.
Or we can say till the part of decision making.
Okay.
Okay. So any other questions, guys? You can go ahead, please. Yes. Okay. Some chats also I got it now.
Samir,
Live projects. Yeah, please. So go ahead. So Dinesh, oh, who is it? Live project. See, guys, as such, you will Dinesh. The live project means there will be no live project, but the scenarios will be live only. We will see the scenarios which are implemented in the real time. In that way only, we are going to go ahead. And interview questions and all these things, that is commonly I'll provide you. Okay, resume preparation and rest of the things, what is it is required, that I will support you in this. That's not a thing. And yeah, go ahead. Any other questions?
So, Samir,
please go ahead.
Can you give any? I mean, DurgaSoft is conducting any Microsoft certifications for this one?
No, I don't think so. DurgaSoft is not conducting any kind of certification for this.
Okay.
Anyways, you can check with them. Because these are the online classes, we don't go to the DurgaSoft on a daily basis.
One more help.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Can you give anywhere is given for certification? I mean, how can I approach for Microsoft certification?
Directly, you can go to this one, the portal, and you can start applying on that. You can start the certificate, book your slot, and go ahead. They'll give you the Promatic Center. This thing you can go and write there.
Okay.
So if there are many ways, but what we suggest always to go, you just learn the subject, then you can write it on your own. That's not a big deal. You'll have it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other
so
question?
can you share the syllabus?
Syllabus is there on the web page.
Okay.
It's there on the Google. That is DurgaSoft online training is there now. In that web page, you have we have included some of the topics also now, such as Airbus is there. Okay. And logic apps, etc. You can check that also.
Okay.
It's already included, so you can check that. Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, I have one question myself only.
Tell me.
Yeah. So I see the data content and all, everything we deal with data only.
Yes.
So real time means real work. Like, do we need to write complex queries and
definitely you need to write it.
So
definitely.
Which language we do?
SQL.
SQL only. SQLs and stored procedures. So
of course, stored procedures you have to write it. In fact, you have to write the stored procedures.
Okay, so the indexes. So totally, if you have a background of data side, so PLSQL and SQL, RDBMS, so it will be very good.
Yes, it will be very good. Yes, it will be easy for you to understand it. Okay. Or else, anyways, I'll be just giving you the basic this thing about the SQL, how the SQL language, what are the commands you have. We'll discuss it on one class. But still, if you have it, that's fine. If not, also, if you understand what the process is going on, that's enough.
So one more question, like, do we connect real-time systems like Hadoop, the map reducer?
Yes.
What MongoDB?
Yes. I will also show you the integration, how the things goes on. We will see the integration on GCP. We will see the integration on Amazon, AWS. We will see the integration with the Snowflake. Okay. Various cloud platform, cross-cloud platform, we call it as.
So nowadays, what happened? So I'm working as Java developer. So for namesake, so we have to learn everything like UI, backend,
obviously,
the apps, everything we should
have it.
We should not say nothing. We should say no. Anything you have to work. So if you choose this one, so similarly, do we need to learn DevOps tools? Like
it's based on your requirement, guys. This is not fixed. Like you have to learn the DevOps. The DevOps is totally a different thing. You have it. Data Factory is totally different. Okay.
Yeah, people are expecting. So and whatever the packages, so it will be into 3 or into 4. We can expect experience into 3.
Good package. Good pack. If you have a 3+.
Okay.
Definitely, that is 2+. If you have it, definitely you can expect up to 15 to 20. Whereas it depends upon even your performance also. The second, different your performance, and even the requirement. If they have a requirement, they will give you not 25 also, they will give you and hire you. If they have a requirement, subject to which they need to have a requirement like that. Badly they need the resource, they will hire you at any cost.
Yeah, that is true.
So various criteria are there, not a fixed criteria, you can say. Okay, guys.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. So we'll connect tomorrow at the same time, 6 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.